Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the Cabinet Secretary, Honorable Musalia Mudavadi, is here. He appears in one of my important chapters. He knows the story of 2013. He bought a copy of my book a few days ago. I did not tell him the inside story of the Madimoni scandal. He has his version to tell us one day. But for the first time, he gets to hear my side of the story. Maybe Honorable Musalia, when he gets the chance to speak today, he will tell us his side of the story of the Madimoni scandal. Honorable Musalia Mudavadi is a very tough man, a brilliant economist. I tell everyone that Musalia's speech, known as the earthquake, was brilliant. He diagnosed Kenya's economic problem very well. He knew the situation, and now together we are working to remedy that. When Musalia said, "Tusidanganyane," I felt it. He spoke his truth, many truths, and the truth of 50 million Kenyans. I put that on record too, and I hope he'll get the time to also put it on record. And his speech appears in my book. Your Excellency and distinguished ladies and gentlemen, there's a whole chapter on how we told disbelieving Kenyans that the cases at the ICC were political international conspiracy. Winning those cases was a master class in politics and in geopolitics. You just have to read the book to understand what the current president and the former president had to go. What we had to do to tell our friends, and many, many friends internationally and locally, that we knew their schemes and we were never going to deliver, their schemes are not going to deliver justice to the post-election violence victims in our country. But a book like this must have a very candid chapter, Mr. President. I have written a chapter on my ouster in 22 minutes. My ouster took 22 minutes at KICC. I served for 7.5 years, and it all came crashing in less than half an hour. Can you believe it? What could this book be without the inside story of the handshake and the suffering method out to my colleagues and Kenyans in the dying days of the Jubilee administration? You see, sometimes we think it's all politics. However, politics can get too costly. It affects the life of real people. We can be mature about it, play our politics progressively, putting public interest first. I have done it in my constituency for the last 16 years, and my development record gotten me elected 4 times in 4 elections in 4 different political parties. I just hope that putting this on the record, for the record, will help us and give us lessons to politicians. There is more at stake. They need to work for the people who elected them into office. Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished book lovers, as I conclude, let me recap that if this book inspires any hustler to pray to God, to work hard, and strive to succeed, then my job is done. I dedicated this book to my mother, a woman of courage, for teaching me all the values, and to the young people of this country, for all the hopes and the hot fires that you lit under our seats. I hope young people, and more so even in my house, and I think all I can speak for them when I say that as a government, we hear you. We will do everything we can under the leadership of our president to make sure you achieve your dreams. I also have a word to all the young leaders in Kenya who are excited about being in public office. Deliver what you promise. You have the next 4 years to do your job. If you don't, I am sorry, your opponent will have you for dinner. It's really a matter of planning. I hope my book helps you, will help you get more political lessons. Finally, I want to thank you all for coming. I don't take it for granted that you braved the traffic to be here for this launch. I'll be signing copies after the event. There are more books being sold out there. Grab one for yourself and more for your friends. You can still get the book from my website, www.adenduale.com, or from Nuria Bookshop, Prestige Bookshop, Yaya Bookstop, Kibanga Books, and many others. Your Excellency, and under my conclusion, let me pay tribute to men and friends who sit here, who played the ultimate role in a very difficult journey. The Honorable Minister for Interior, Professor Kindiki. He appears in my book at one page or one chapter as a brilliant constitutional lawyer who spent with us many days and nights at The Hague. And on another chapters, he appears as a leader of majority